Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sid from Guns N' Roses Central, and I'm just catching you guys up on the news that happened while I was away on vacation. So we had some news from Bumblefoot. So Bumblefoot has been pretty elusive in terms of why he left Guns N' Roses, but now he's starting to speak out more about the reasons why he left the band. So in short order, he's basically said, touring with Guns N' Roses left him burnt out. He said that he knew it was time for him to walk away from Guns N' Roses as he was stressed and unhappy. So he was actually being interviewed by XSRock.com. He said, I was really burnt out. I felt like I contributed everything that I possibly could as a performer, but my heart was in more things than I was creating, where I was creating, writing, producing, and teaching. All of the things I was doing before the heavy touring of Guns N' Roses, I really felt like it was definitely time for me to go. I felt like I had taken it as far as I could, and I was reaching a point where I was stressed and unhappy, and that's not good for me, and it's not good for them. So he revealed that in early March of 2014, we were rehearsing for the next 3 months of touring. The first thing that I told the band when I walked in was that this was going to be my last run. I finished out the shows and I did try to recommend people to take my place. I didn't want to stop them from moving forward or anything like that. He also was asked if he's spoken with frontman Axl Rose since leaving Guns N' Roses, and Bumblefoot said, no, the relationship is over between me and them. They're doing fine and I'm doing fine, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't regret leaving. I wish it could have been smoother on a personal level, and I'm happy to see what they're doing now, and I'm glad I was able to be part of their world that makes people so happy at the shows. It was a gift. I'm grateful, and I thank them for that. And he also went on to defend Axl as well. So the interviewer asked him, so is Axl Rose as difficult of a guy to work with as people make it sound in the press? He said he's a human being and he has a big heart. The press doesn't give him the same consideration that they would to some other people. You know, they try to hold him to a different standard where he's always supposed to be happy and smiling. Nothing should ever be wrong, and he's always supposed to be in a good mood and do the right thing, and that's stupid. It's bullshit. It perpetuates a lot of negativity and incites a lot of negativity that isn't deserved. He's dealt with a lot of that. I had a great time working with him. Is everything perfect? No. I've probably pissed him off more than the other way around, but he's just a human being. So right now Bumblefoot is playing with his band Art of Anarchy, and they've released their second album, The Madness, last month. So it's the band's first record with former Creed frontman Scott Stapp, who joined the band last year, replacing Scott Weiland, who appeared on the supergroup's self-titled album, which came out back in 2015. So Art of Anarchy have a couple of dates that they've just recently played. They played a couple of rock festivals in late April, and about a month or so ago, just before I left on vacation, Bumblefoot was actually interviewed by Eddie Trunk on his Sirius XM radio show, and he was asked by Eddie Trunk as to whether he actually saw the newly reunited lineup of Guns N' Roses, and basically he said, no, that would be weird, man. Would you go see your ex-girlfriend's wedding? It's kind of like that. It's just kind of weird. I know too much, I've seen too much, and I've been on the other side of the stage, and it's not like it ended pretty for me, and he said he doesn't have any hard feelings, but at that time, there was a lot of volatility. So while it took a couple of years for Bumblefoot to actually announce that he was no longer part of Guns N' Roses, he was pretty elusive as to whether he was in the band throughout a number of interviews he did in 2015 and 2016. It was actually reported as early as July of 2015 that Bumblefoot had actually reportedly quit the band. So an unnamed source who was close to the band confirmed with music journalist Gary Graff that Bumblefoot quit last year, and also said, I don't understand why he continues to be evasive on his status with the band. He quit in South America. He told Axl he was done, and Las Vegas would be his last run with the band. And around the same time, Bumblefoot was doing an interview with Graff, and he was pretty vague about what his status was with the band. And he said at that time, that is the thing I'm not going to elaborate on. I think there's enough clues out there for you to figure out what I'm up to now. And those basically echoed the words that he said February of 2015 when he was also talking about his status with the band. He said in February of 2015 he was honoring a request to not make any public statements about anything related to it, which continues to put me in a very awkward situation that I don't want to be in. So not how I do things, reportedly taking the bullet on this one. He'd also hinted in 2013 that his commitment to Guns N' Roses conflicted with his solo career. 2013, he expressed frustration that he had to cancel existing shows because Guns N' Roses later booked for that same time period. He said, if the band's management wasn't willing to help me keep the two functioning well together, then I'm out. And then Tommy Stinson even talked about Bumblefoot's departure from the band. He was doing an interview earlier this year, and the interviewer actually asked Tommy Stinson about how odd it was how Bumblefoot did the whole I'm not talking about it thing for a while when doing his interviews, and even Tommy Stinson said he actually thought it was quite comical, And even Tommy Stinson later said that certain members in Guns N' Roses, when he was in the band, were a pain in the ass to work with. Some people think it referred to Bumblefoot because Bumblefoot indicated when he first joined the band back in 2006, I think it was, before he played his first shows with them, that he had to get a bit violent with some guys in rehearsal, and he didn't necessarily get along with everybody. So that basically does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you love Guns N' Roses as much as me, and be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the contents of the video. The links to my social media channels are down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and have yourself a good day.